Hey everyone, welcome back to another monthly YA book review. If you are following our TikTok channel, and yes, we do have a TikTok channel now, I'm sure you know what this month's book review is about. And when I tell you I just finished it, I just finished it. I am sitting in the library and I am still trying to process everything that just happened in this amazing novel. So let me get all of my thoughts out. Forgive me if it's a little spastic, but it's genuine. It is as real and fresh off the presses as I can give you. So this month's YA novel was the beginning to the Shadow and Bone series by Leigh Bardugo, and it was incredible. I was hoping to review it because this month, April, Netflix is having the series premiere of this show air at the end of the month, and I've never read it before. So I thought it would be a great idea to get my first impressions, read it, get it out of the way, and see how it was, and it was brilliant. We do have copies of these books at our library. This one, in particular, is mine. I loved it so much, I went out and got my own copy, but don't worry, you can definitely still get it while you are here. So, to begin, we start off with our two main characters, Alina Starkov and Mal, two orphans raised during the height of this super huge war going on in their land, and essentially magic is everywhere here. The super gifted and super incredibly elite are trained to become all of these different magicians, essentially. Summoners, they can handle all sorts of different materials. Fabricators can make just about anything. Heartrenders can basically do anything with the body and can kill you in extremely horrific ways, which will also come up in this book for sure. Basically, Alina and Mal now work for the army. Having never tested for any kind of magic when they were children, they basically just started working in the military, and they're currently on their way to cross, what is, the Fold. It's essentially this huge expanse of pure blackness, and there is no light, and it is filled with horrific creatures known as the Volcra. They exist within this fold, and nothing lives there except them. It has wiped out all life, plant life, nothing can grow. It basically cuts off their part of the world from the rest of the world, which beyond the fold is the true sea, the ocean. They've never seen it. Most people that live in Alina's and Mal's world will never see the ocean, because 2/3 of the people that attempt to cross the void die. And they know this as they are heading there to make their way towards this. And it's very interesting because Alina is very forward with her feelings in the beginning. She has developed feelings for her friend Mal and has kept them hidden for a very long time. She never wanted to risk changing their friendship, changing their dynamic. But while they are crossing the fold, they are attacked by Volcra. And to save his life, Alina basically taps into these powers that she didn't know that she had. She is what they call the Sun Summoner. She can create pure, intense sunlight, and that is the only thing that the Volcra cannot handle, sunlight, or light in general. Upon hearing this, the Darkling, a character who I do not have time to get into all of his complexities, but basically he hears about Alina's powers, takes her and tests her, and he reveals himself to be an amplifier, someone who can increase someone's magic. And lo and behold, Alina has this incredible gift, one that will probably change the tides of the war forever. The Darkling takes her very brusquely away to the little palace, which is basically where the king and the queen live. And there she is trained, fed, clothed, given all of these luxuries she's never had before in her life, and taught how to control her power. The Darkling is a very interesting character. Much of him is left to be revealed throughout the course of this novel. I don't really know what to say about him because people that have read this book know he is a complete enigma. even when you think you know everything there is to know about him, you don't. So I will just have to leave most of it, most of him and Alina's chemistry and dynamic for you to read in this own book. But there is plenty of romance and plenty of tension between them. Very incredibly well written as well. I was a really big fan of how Bardugo went about writing tension and all this air of romance and will they, won't they, but it was a very satisfying method, I believe, in my eyes anyway. One of the biggest things in this book was that Alina felt, she came to a realization about partway that her feelings for Mal had been holding her back from using her powers, and when she finally realized she had to let them go and focus on herself, that was her real moment of progression. She realized just how strong and capable she was on her own. She didn't need Mal, and it was a really great independent moment of coming together for her. I was really excited to read about it. Because a lot of the times in these teen books, you usually find characters draw strength from their loved one, their significant other, their friends, their family, and that's perfectly fine, but it's very nice to see a character draw their own strength from purely themselves for once. I really appreciated it. So this book, I would definitely rate like 14A. There's not any kind of graphic content, not a ton of explicit violence, but I mean, it is still a novel based in war, so it is rough in some places. So just bearing that in mind. It wasn't anything that was too difficult for me to understand and be unaware of. So all in all, I very much enjoyed it. It is incredibly well done in the sense that it has a lot of complex and incredibly human characters. Even Alina, who is the main character, doesn't feel like she is the only story going on. All of the friends she makes at the school while she is training to be a Grisha, which by the way is the term for people that use magic, Maria and Nadia, they're her friends, quote unquote, acquaintances that she makes while she's there. They talk about their dynamic a ton. I love Genya, who is kind of not really her maid, but someone that comes and helps touch up like her appearance. It's one of her magical abilities as well, which I really appreciate. There's so many stories going on behind Alina, and you're constantly left uncertain as to whether you know the full picture, which you never do. And it's not in a way that the author just had too many things going on and didn't have time to address them. They're all very succinctly talked about towards the end of the novel, and the ending was something else. I will be immediately heading out to find the next book, which we also have in our collection. I will be getting my hands on that as soon as possible, because the ending, while incredibly well done, felt, oh, I can't. I have to know what happens next. In the end, I definitely recommend Shadow and Bone to anyone that loves a good fantasy, magic, romance novel with lots of like militaristic values and like fight scenes and war. I don't know what the TV series is going to be like. I'm sure the trailers and everything, you guys have watched them by now. I've appreciated them. I always like to try and read a book first before I see any kind of movie or TV adaptation. But apparently, so far, people are hopeful. Fans of the series of the book say that the casting looks great, the sticking to the linear plot of the novel is pretty good, so I guess we can all just keep our fingers crossed, hope everything goes well. In the meantime, I will probably have done my best to finish the rest of this series before the TV show even comes out. If you are a fan of the Grishaverse, which is what this is called, there are so many books. There are so many books. Oh man. This is just the first three, and then there's another spin-off series, Crow of Kingdoms. Oh, I don't even remember what it's called. Six of Crows. That's it. I can't wait to start that one too, because it also is supposed to be amazing. And then we have the brand new next part of the series here, I believe. So wherever you're at, we have them. Feel free to come and check them out. Give them a read. I cannot recommend them enough. I will look forward to seeing how the TV show comes out, but even if I don't end up liking it, I will know that this book was absolutely worth it. Every single word. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next month. Please feel free to once again check out Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Have a great day. Bye guys.